Hong Kong airline terminates flight attendants accused of mocking passengers' English and saying they could lie on the floor if they couldn't ask for a blanket. It's Cathay Pacific. A voice recording apparently showing Cathay Pacific flight attendants mocking non-English speakers went viral. They appeared to tell passengers, if you cannot say blanket in English, you cannot have it. You cannot have it. The airline said it terminated the flight attendants after an internal investigation. Cathay Pacific, the flag carrier airline of Hong Kong, has terminated 3 flight attendants after they were accused of mocking passengers in English, its CEO said. A passenger on Sunday's flight from Chengdu, China, to Hong Kong accused the flight attendants of discriminating against non-English speakers, Reuters reported. They said the flight attendants complained among themselves before making fun of Chinese passengers who wanted a blanket, but used the word carpet instead. An apparent voice recording of the incident shared on social media seems to show a crew member saying, if you cannot say blanket in English, you cannot have it. Carpet is on the floor. Feel free if you want to lie on it, they added. In a statement sent to Insider, Ronald Lam, Cathay Pacific CEO, said, in accordance with the company's policies, we have terminated 3 cabin crew members who were involved. It had previously suspended the flight attendants and launched an internal investigation, per Reuters. I would like to extend my sincerest apologies again to the concerned customer and also to the community for the incident, Lam said. He added that he would lead a task force to review its service flow and people training. We will take this as a valuable lesson and strive to provide a more satisfying travel experience to our customers, Lam said. The incident sparked outrage in China's state media. That's the media controlled by the CCP, Chinese Communist Party. According to Reuters, the People's Daily accused the airline of worshipping English and looking down on Mandarin. Hong Kong is a special administrative region of China, which extended its power over the financial hub with legal reforms in 2019 that provoked widespread protests. The city was first established as a British colony at the end of the First Opium War, before control was transferred to China in 1997, but English is still an official language alongside Chinese. Actually, they say alongside Chinese, but their language is really Cantonese. Some of them, of course, may speak Mandarin, but their language is Cantonese, which comes from, there was a southern part of China that used to be called Canton. Back in the old days, in the 19th century, Canton. And that's where they got that word from. And that part of China, they speak Cantonese. And that part of China is now, I believe, called like Guangdong, Guangzhou, and so forth, where they make a lot of products, lots of factories. Shenzhen, that area, that's the Canton area. It's very close to Hong Kong. But I just want to say that I've traveled on Cathay Pacific in the past, from New York. I've traveled with them also, like going from, let's see, I think it was from the Philippines to Thailand, because I was over there and I want to go to Thailand, travel there, travel with them to Cebu, travel with them to Manila. I never really had any problems with them. And one time I was sitting at the exit seat and I was sitting next to one of the flight attendants and we had a conversation there. So I'm not sure. But I'll tell you one thing though. When I first went there, I think it was 2005. Well, things have changed now. But one of the girls I used to speak to on the internet, she told me that her father is from the mainland, but her mother is Malaysian Chinese. And back in those days, her father, he swam, imagine that, he swam. He got across from the mainland, and the first time he was caught, and I believe either the second or the third time, he managed to make it to Hong Kong. So once you made it, that's it, you're home free. That's how she told me her father, how he got to Hong Kong. But he's originally from the mainland, and there was certain special circumstances. You just couldn't go from the mainland China to Hong Kong like that, You can't. You have to have like special permission or visa or something. It's not a matter like you just get in a bus and you travel over. Now it might have changed, but still I think it may be limited in how many people can travel over. But in those days when her father ended up in Hong Kong, you couldn't just travel like that. So he had to swim. Imagine that. He had to swim those waters, and he was caught. Then he tried it again. Eventually, he was able to get over to Hong Kong, start a life, met her mother, who came from Malaysia. And so she was telling me the story, and she was telling me the differences. And some of the men in Hong Kong, the Hong Kong men, they actually go to the mainland to find a wife, to see if they can marry somebody from over there, because it's not that easy to find a Hong Kong Chinese woman, you see, because I guess they have certain standards, whereas like, so you have to keep in mind, this was 2005, not like China is today. China has advanced a lot more. But she was telling me the horror, like when she went over there, used the toilet, there was feces all over the ground. You walk in the bathroom. Well, first of all, she said it's a hole in the ground. It wasn't like, regular toilets you see here in the West. So she said to me, I'm not going back there ever again. Yeah. All right, let's see here. What's this? I don't know if this is the story. No, this is an ad here. Let's see if they have a story in this Hong Kong thing. Here. Breaking news. Wow. Okay. Wow. Let me quiet that. But anyway, yeah, I never really had. So what I'm trying to say here is that this kind of talk and making fun of the Chinese people from the mainland, it probably goes back to what that girl was telling me about how they see the mainland Chinese. But since then, these people, they're gonna like report you, not like in the old days when they were seen as poor people and the clothes they're wearing. And the girl was even telling me there was a lady sitting there, her foot was up, her leg was up, and the bench, and she was telling me, "You see that woman over there?" I said, "Yeah, I see her." She said, "Yeah, I could tell. She's from the mainland." I said, "How can you tell?" And she said to me, "Look at the way she sits. Look at the clothes she's wearing." She said, "Hong Kong women don't sit like that, with their legs like that. The clothes she's wearing." So the mainland Chinese, they understand the insults they had to put up with. So now they see China as a very powerful country. So now they're ready to exact revenge. And these three flight attendants were fired now. See what can happen when you think you're making a joke, and who knows what language you were speaking in, Because from what I remember, the people who work those flights tend to be like Chinese. Maybe you may have some, like if you're going to Thailand, you may have maybe a Thai person. I don't even remember, because I remember I flew Japan Airlines to Thailand, and I think I was coming through from Japan. And from Japan, they had a Thai lady who spoke Thai, of course, for the leg of that trip to Bangkok, Thailand. So any Thai passengers who were on there, they could speak to her if they had an issue or so forth. So that's how they usually do it. But with Cathay Pacific, some of these people speak more than one language. So, and I remember they were mostly like Chinese, like out of Hong Kong. And they had, like I said, they have a very different opinion from the Chinese mainland people. It's not a very nice opinion the way they see them.